Howdy y'all, today we're making some tasty and unique hot dogs. It's going to be a lot of fun, plenty of flavor, something different, something new, and we're just going to try some stuff, so let's get to it. Right now, I am toasting the hot dog buns in the cast iron skillet. If y'all have a toaster, you can do this, or you can just stick it in the oven. I really like the flavor that the cast iron skillet gives the buns. So if y'all want to do this later in the process of making the hot dogs and you have a second cast iron skillet, I'd say that's a good choice to go. I have more cast iron skillets, but my stove is being finicky, so I will just be using this cast iron skillet on this burner. Now that these are being toasted, I'm going to go pull them off, but they will be mostly coolish by the time the hot dog itself is ready to go. Now I'm going to be tossing in some onions. I'm going to be cooking these to get a lot of the harshness out. They are sweet onions, but they're going to be cooked really well, slightly caramelized, and just going to be getting the sweet flavor in there without the harsh flavor. The onions are getting very well cooked, nice browning, nice transparent look to them. I'm going to be doing something different to these hot dogs. Right now I'm putting in bacon bits with the onions. So it gives it that bacon flavor. It's not going to be super crisp bacon because these are bacon bits, because if you get the outside crispy, then it's just a little bit too much sometimes. But they're going to be hardened up. They're not going to be as chewy. The oil will be coming out of the bacon bits, so that's going to help flavor the onions as well. So it's very complementary to each other, but the bacon bits do crisp up a lot faster than the onion cooks. So you have to kind of play around and figure out when to put in the bacon without putting it in the same time you put in the onions. Now I'll be adding the hot dog wieners, and I do want to show that I do cut about halfway to a little bit more through each hot dog wiener. The reason that is, it gives it room to expand. And this time I added the hot dog wieners a little bit later than what I originally planned, so they won't be as crisp, they won't fill up as much, but they'll still be crispy on the outside. And just a little note to self for the next time, put them in a little bit sooner, but I just want to make sure they weren't overdone. So that is why I demonstrate that there is a cut into each hot dog wiener. It's so that it can expand and it doesn't pop, because sometimes if you have it on the heat, it will actually explode and it will look bad. Whereas this gives it, just like if you're cooking bread in the oven, the old-fashioned bread, and you have to cut it in different spots so that it gives it room to expand without cracking or exploding, it's the same difference here. Looks very good here. I was hoping to have a little bit more cooking done on the outside of the hot dog wieners, but I added them a little bit later than planned, but that's alright. They still get some crisp on the outside. Gonna go and load it up into the hot dog buns. First, I'll be loading the onions and bacon bits first, laying it down as just a mostly flat bed on the hot dog bun, and then I will add the hot dog wieners to that. Now, if y'all are having people with different flavor tastes that they want, so they want the flavor of the crispier bacon more and the taste of a softer onion, you can find that, because not everything was cooked the exact same. So you can find that in there. You just kind of separate a little bit, find where the crispier bacon sat in the pan or skillet, and you can find where the more well-cooked onion was sitting. So if someone has a different flavor they prefer or a different set of taste buds that they prefer one thing over another, you can find that in there. So like the last bacon here is going to be a little bit on the crispier side. So whoever likes crispier bacon, you give that to them. It takes a few seconds to kind of separate some things, but it works really well. And it's going to be lots and lots of flavor in these hot dogs. They're not full of oil. I slacked off on the oil for the onions once I was going to add the bacon bits, because the bacon bits will have bacon grease coming out of them. So you don't need as much oil, so it will not soak the hot dog buns. That's one thing I'm very careful about, because I don't want to put something either in a sandwich of some sort or a hot dog and it's loaded with oil, because it'll make it all soggy and then it's a bit too messy. These are going to be messy, no doubt, and that's perfectly fine. But when it's sopping full of oil, it's just not as clean. It's not as tasty as if they're toasted, in my opinion. So that's why I like to keep it toasted, not sopping wet with oil. And that's the reason I do it that way. Make sure you get all this stuff out. And yes, I'll be seasoning my cast iron skillet like I do every time after cooking. But I'm really looking forward to these. They look delicious. I know they're going to taste delicious. I've done things similar to this before, but it looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to dive in. I have these on my original TEPCO dishes from the 1950s era. So I'm super excited. It's going to be great. Hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that way you're updated on all the new videos coming up in the future. It'll let you know every time a video is posted. So hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.